benchmarks in the world of cybersecurity constantly shift, there are innovators doing their best to stay ahead of the curve. I met with Roy Eliyahu, who at 27 years old made it to the Forbes 30 Under 30 for developing a revolutionary way of keeping up with the ever-changing cyber war. Roy, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So for our viewers, if you read your bio, it looks like you're something of a young prodigy. And I think these kind of stories always tell themselves best when you start from the beginning.
Wow, that's a very long journey, to be honest. But it started very young, so I actually was very passionate about computers, about programming when I was very young. So when I was...
How young is very young?
When I was 9 years old, I started programming. When I was 11 years old, 2 years later, I started working as a freelancer. When I was very young...
What, coding for companies?
Yeah, coding for companies.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. It should come as no surprise that Roy ended up serving in an elite intelligence IDF unit. He broadened his knowledge and learned to believe in himself even more. Then, he set his sights on Silicon Valley.
When I started, I had no relationships, had no networks. When we came up with the idea of Salt and the need for Salt, I bought tickets immediately to the Silicon Valley. No money, no fundraising. So living on a very low budget, you know, needed to sleep on animal mattresses in different people's homes. It was really, really difficult.
So you're couch surfing?
Yeah, eating every day at Taco Bell for $1. Like really a true struggle because you have no funding. It's a very, very expensive place.
Why, you're showcasing your idea, basically?
Right, and then you hear someone excited about your idea, think it's a good idea, and then you connect you to someone else, and then connect you to someone else, and you slowly start to expand your network and growing exponentially.
Hey, we love what you guys are doing, and we'd love to fund you more together.
What? Can you repeat it?
Yeah, we love what you guys are doing, and we'd love to invest and work together.
The same VC that invested in Google, in Apple, in Oracle, in Workday, in LinkedIn, and the list goes on, decided to invest in us, and yes, decided to join our journey. So do you want to see the company?
Sure, let's go.
Let's go.
What does this company do? What is the need you're addressing with the company?
Salt Security, make it safe for organizations to innovate. 83% of the internet is API traffic. The API is the connector that connects your smartphone or your computer and transfer all your data, all your information to a given company. Our data is exposed through those APIs. So hackers realize the potential of APIs and they start to target APIs as the main entry point for a company.
Yeah.
So we see all the communication coming from all the devices. We baseline what is legitimate behavior.
And then you flag an anomaly?
Yes. And when a single user out of billions of API calls do a small mistake, a small step that is not normal, we'll start to track this user. So when they get an alert, they will drill into this page that show them the user identifier. It will show them a summary of which APIs were attacked.
And this is what? This is all for one specific user?
To block a specific user was identified as an attacker. So just to give you an analogy, okay? If you go to an airport, you can have two approaches of security, right? The very basic one was you're going through a metal detector, and if you have metal on you, it will beep, right?
Yeah.
So what we did is doing behavioral analysis to know someone looks suspicious. The way they walk, the way they talk, the way they move.
You're able to sort of like flag him in the crowd and say, that guy.
Yes. So we developed the technology. We patented the technology. We are the first company and the only company to use AI to prevent and detect API attacks.
Salt Security provides a unique and powerful tool to identify and eliminate cyber threats. And it remains a game changer in the constant battle to stay one step ahead of hackers.
When you innovate, you open more exposure to data. So if you cannot balance that with security, security will hold you down. It says we cannot do that. If you cannot secure APIs, you stop innovation. But with Salt, you can enable innovation. You can progress the wall. So that's the role of Salt in the wall.